The Everglades, an enormous ecosystem in southern Florida. The Everglades is a wetland ecosystem that consists of a body of water 40 by 100 miles moving toward the southern end of Florida. It was the cause of the largest natural restoration project ever conducted. The Everglades is an elaborate habitat for countless organisms.
The Everglades is an immense region, and there are many specific ecosystems in it. An example would be a mangrove forest. These forests thrive in coastal channels and rivers. The mangroves serve as a nursery for small shrimp and fish. Birds feed on these and nest in the mangroves. Further inland are pinelands. These ecosystems consist of slash pines. Beneath there is an understory of saw palmettos. There are over 200 types of tropical plants in this area as well. There are two types of factors in the Everglades ecosystem: biotic and abiotic, or living and non-living, respectively. The mass of moving water is an extremely influential abiotic factor that is essential to organisms there. The water fuels all biotic factors, the plants, animals, and microorganisms living there. The animals in this ecosystem are all part of a system of organization. The number of a species in a given area is population. For instance, there are so many alligators in this area. A community is a number of interacting populations. The alligator, crab, fish, bird, etc. populations interact as part of one community. This community of animals interacts with the environment as part of the entire ecosystem. The animals' interactions are demonstrated in a food web or with an energy pyramid. A food web shows which organisms eat which. In this food web, the multiple tiers of animals are shown in a who eats who, or decomposes, relationship. In an energy pyramid, the flow of energy from consumee to consumer is shown. The energy left for each tier decreases towards the top of the pyramid because during the cycle some energy is lost in the form of heat or sound. Energy is recycled between all these organisms. Consumers consume plant or animal matter and get the energy out of it. When these animals leave behind waste or die, the material left is decomposed by bacteria and fungi. Organic matter is left. Plants use the energy from this to grow and create food for themselves. Herbivores then consume the plants or their fruit, and the process starts again.
There are many other cycles in the Everglades as well. In the carbon cycle, carbon leaves animals and enters the atmosphere through the process of respiration. When matter decomposes, carbon is released back into the atmosphere. It enters plants in photosynthesis. At the same time, part of the oxygen cycle is happening. Oxygen enters animals through respiration. It leaves plants through photosynthesis. Another important cycle is the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is an amino acid which makes up proteins, nucleic acids, and is in chlorophyll, which plants use for photosynthesis. Nitrogen naturally exists in a form that organisms cannot use. However, it can become an organic compound that plants and animals can use. This is called fixation. Fixation can happen because of a lightning strike, or when it reaches bacteria in the soil. Plants use these compounds and they are consumed by animals.
The activity of people can certainly help the environment. Through the processes of extensive cultivation, pollution, and using fertilizers, humans have doubled annual transfer of nitrogen into biologically available forms. However, humans have also had a very negative effect on the Everglades. Starting in the 1920s, humans attempted to drain much of the Everglades. They removed water and channeled rivers into a large canal that emptied into the ocean. However, this greatly disturbed the natural balances. Some land was drained and uninhabited. Some places had too much water and habitats were lost. Flooding occurred, and towns, such as those on Lake Okeechobee, were damaged. Eventually, what was to become the largest natural restoration project ever conducted was started to fix the harm done to the Everglades. The Everglades is a dynamic ecosystem. It contains innumerable amounts of plant and animal species. It is a true wonder of the natural world, and people will do whatever it takes to keep the legend alive.